Hello there, Comrade Sandro. Are you there?
Hey, yep, I'm here.
Hello, Comrade Sandro. How is your mission going for glorious Russia?
Yeah, right? I mean, look, I'll be honest. It's a little boring.
Little boring. How could it be boring being stuck inside all day while a coronavirus kills everyone? This is great mission for glorious Russia.
I don't have any vodka. You didn't give me any vodka. It's boring.
Wait, you have no vodka?
Nah,
How can you live without the vodka?
I've got rum,
I
got
shall
whiskey.
send some immediately.
Okay.
In the meantime, we should review this great movie that we just watched.
Okay.
How about that, comrade?
Not to poke holes in this intro, but I don't think a
Yes?
Russian would think this movie was good. Especially someone who sends someone on missions.
Yeah, this was kind of US propaganda, to be fair.
Yeah.
I never said it was good, though. I said we should review it. I haven't stated my opinions on it.
But from what I learnt from the TV show Chernobyl is that they would completely ignore that this exists. Yes.
No, I was just going to criticize the whole thing throughout. Anyway, welcome to Soviet Union Podcast with Soviet Comrade Sandro
Hello.
and Soviet Comrade Bruno. Hello, I am Bruno. I don't know if that's probably not a Russian. I
feel
for some
like-
reason went Bruno.
I made a Borat reference just before, and I think that's why you got into Bruno.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
that's
that's
all.
right.
Yeah.
Damn it. Corrupting me.
I got in your head.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to Oldie but a Goodie, the show where we review movies from 1984. This week we're doing Moscow on the Hudson.
This movie, you picked it.
Yes, and I'm glad I did because I love Robbie Willie boy.
Yep.
Robbie Will boy.
Yeah.
He is my boy. I love literally everything he's ever been in, and I love all his characters, and I see no fault in him.
I agree. Yeah, he is, as one would say, the GOAT, the greatest of all time actor.
Yeah. He's really good. He's really good. Shame that he's obviously deceased now. R.I.P. But he's left a very large legacy. He's like in so many movies that are fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And this, I would say, is one of them.
Yeah, this was a really good film, and I mean, as you said, I like everything he's in, even if it's a film that perhaps isn't great. If he's in it, I'm going to enjoy it. So
Yes, I don't think the film overall was too great, although it did have some good bits. Like, the film was, like, a good film. It just wasn't a great film for me.
yeah, for me, it's kind of hard not to compare this to El Norte, because they're very similar. And
Yes.
I think once you reach the halfway point in this film, it does kind of drag a little bit.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the reviews said that I could find. Spoiler alert, I couldn't find many. Because the Rotten Tomatoes website was down.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
What's going on?
Take that, Rotten Tomatoes, and your garbage-ass website.
You wrecked them.
Yeah, I could have gone and found reviews on other websites, but I didn't.
No.
This movie was okay. It was good. I enjoyed it. There was parts that I didn't enjoy and thought were very silly because there was a lot of US propaganda. It was a lot of US propaganda of freedom and glory in this biased movie.
Yeah, this film is definitely biased.
Yeah, just a smidgen
Just a
towards
little bit.
one certain country.
It's almost like it was made by
Yes.
that country.
It was still alright.
You had 3 other options for this week. A wild collection of movies. One of them was The Stone Boy, about a son that kills his brother, and then the family have to try and work through that. Hilarious story.
Absolutely.
Absolutely bring up.
I'm glad we're on the same page on that one.
Definitely. Would have been very funny.
But we didn't want to do another comedy, you know?
No.
Not in a row, you know?
There was Where the Boys Are 84, which was a remake of the film of the same name, except it's from the 60s and obviously doesn't have the year 84 in the title. It's just a bunch of teens going on a holiday. It's one of those films.
Yeah. And again, comedy, so we didn't want to...
Absolutely not.
want to do it in a row.
But you were considering doing Up the Creek, which was...
Yeah. First off, great name.
Great title. Pretty cool premise as well. A bunch of kids are blackmailed by their 15 to enter a raft race or else they won't graduate from their school.
Which is a great premise.
It's pretty funny, and I do still kind of want to watch it. So I think I might save the title for a future
we need to put that in the bank of movies that we need to do at some point.
Yeah, because we've got that one. We've got Don't Blame It on Rio. That's about it at the moment. And we already know that we're probably going to do Don't Blame It on Rio in a couple of weeks' time anyway. So,
oh, God.
I am also looking forward to sitting down and watching that that movie.
Yes. Yeah, wow. You sound so excited. I am so excited. Wow. Well, those words were a lot more difficult than I thought they were going to be.
It's true.
Right. So, yeah.
So, it was released April 6th. It's co-written, produced, directed by a guy called Paul Mazersky. He's an award-winning filmmaker. He does a lot of, comedy dramas and stuff. He got nominated for Best Picture in the late 70s for a film called An Unmarried Woman, which actually makes an appearance in this movie.
Oh, okay.
It's showing in the cinema that they walk out of at some point.
Oh, right. Is that the one they just watched?
Yeah, it's the one that one of the characters is like, I'd give it 7 out of 10.
So, not only is he jerking off his country, he's also jerking off himself as well.
Yeah.
Although it is funny that Robbie he doesn't like the film.
Yeah,
in the film.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that is actually funny. Anyway, sorry.
He passed away in 2014, but the last film he ever directed was in 1993, so he had a pretty long retirement period. However, saying that, he did voice a bunny in Kung Fu Panda 2, the best one. It's not true. The first one's the best one, but, he's in it.
The trilogy's not too bad. Although it is very funny that he plays a rabbit in that. Yeah. I do remember the rabbits in that. I don't know which one, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember anything about 2 or 3. I don't know what the plots are.
I think 2's the one where... Is that the one where he fights the peacock? The white peacock dude? Yeah, he does a thing where he grabs a cannonball midair and throws it back. That's the premise of the entire movie, really.
Oh, okay. Robin Williams plays the main character, whose name is Vladimir Ivanov, because of course it is. This was a very early movie role for him, 2 years after his TV show Mork and Mindy ended, and at this point there were only really 2 films that people knew Robin Williams for, one of them being Popeye, of course, that time he played Popeye, and it was bad, and then also The World According to Garp. Have you seen the Popeye movie?
I've seen clips, not the actual movie, but the clips are very funny.
It's terrible, but it is very entertaining.
Not because the film looked good, which is unfortunate.
I can see why that would be one of the first movie roles for him, just because he's got the chin. Playing his American girlfriend, Lucia, is an actress called Maria Conchita Alonso. This was her first ever big movie, but she had been in shows like Knight Rider before this.
Cool.
Since then, she's been in The Running Man, a Schwarzenegger film, another one called Court, which I think got a bunch of awards, and she's also a Grammy-nominated singer, so she's done a lot of stuff.
Well, there you go. Yeah, she was really good in this. I liked her.
She's good.
It feels like an actual relationship, though.
Yeah, it's quite believable. That's true.
It's like her acting was good.
Yeah.
The storyline was bland and plain, but to be fair, it wasn't a trope back then so much as it is now.
Playing one of his friends, who was a security guard, Lionel, is Clement Durix. He had a lead role in a sci-fi time travel show called Sliders during the 90s, which is very funny. If you ever get a chance to check that show out, it doesn't hold up, but it's entertaining. But he's also performed in a bunch of live musicals, including Dreamgirls, where he literally created his own character to be in that play, which is cool. And he's good in this. I really like him.
Cool. Yeah, no, he's great. I really enjoyed his character.
He's got some funny lines. In fact, I think he might even be funnier than Robin Williams in this. Just because Robin Williams is playing it so straight.
Yeah, I could say that, because Robbie Williams isn't being funny. That's not his main goal, so yeah. And
finally, Elia Baskin is in this, playing Robin Williams' Russian clown friend Anatoly. He is the landlord in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films. And I was like, hey, that's him. and I couldn't stop thinking about those amazing scenes of him asking Peter Parker for his rent because they're classics. Great. He's very good in this.
Yeah, but he doesn't have much screen. We don't see him again. It's at the very start. He's got a lot of screen time at the start, and then he's gone.
Which is a shame. I kind of wish we got more closure on his character.
But it also, is like how Robbie Williams, you know, that was it. Like, that's the whole point, is that he never sees him again.
Exactly, yeah.
There was one scene that confused me. Did he escape at some point? Did he defect somewhere else?
Yeah. Because I know what scene you're talking about, and I think maybe...
I'm going to say yes, because that makes me feel better.
Yeah. For the reception, 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a fresh rating. However, the audience score is rotten at 59%. Which is weird.
I mean, 59, that's still, like, positive in my books. But I think it should be more positive. I like this film. I guess it's all the Russian reviewers coming in to say what a biased movie this one is.
They made it for $13 million, which is a little bit on the expensive side. For a film like this, I would expect 5, 6, 7 even.
Yeah, I guess because you have to have all the Russian scenes and extras and other things. Like, there was a bit to go through.
Definitely.
And there's a lot of different scenes, which makes it more expensive. There's not that they don't really use the same scenes except for his apartment. That's the only scene we actually see multiple times. So I could see how it.
And they're filming out in the city a lot. They need to pay everyone to come and hang around while they shoot, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, all that sort of things.
What do you think it made?
I don't think this one did particularly well. I'm going to say 20 mil.
Ooh, just a little bit higher.
25?
Yeah, 25.
Oh, there you go. See, yeah, it did. Because I was thinking it probably made its money back, but probably didn't make much more than its money back.
Yeah.
But 25, probably made a profit.
Just a little bit. So good to know that Robin Williams was a bankable star, even in the early 80s.
And, like, the good reviews for it would help his career into, bigger, crazier stuff.
Yeah, and after this was when we went into the classics that we all know him for, so...
Like Aladdin.
Yeah.
I was going to make a joke about some bad movie he's in, but I couldn't think of a bad movie he was in. So
Night at the Museum 3?
Oh, yeah, no, Night at the Museum 1.
No, 1's good, 2 and 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3 are questionable at best. I love 1, though.
I like 1.
So, here's a fun little tangent for you. I got a bulk pack movie. You know how you have 3 movies in one case?
Classic, yes.
And that had Night at the Museum, Aragon, just a fantastic film that everyone loves, that not a single person has ever given a bad review.
Wow.
But what was the last movie? But it's just funny to have Night at the Museum and Aragon in the same case.
Aragon, what a film. I read the book and then never bothered to watch the film.
Oh, so you haven't seen it?
I've never seen it.
I've watched it. I watched it because I had the DVD. It's not great.
Yeah, I'm sure it's... Yeah.
It's really rushed is the problem.
That's in the era of, like, the Percy Jackson movie and stuff where the book adaptations were all garbage.
Yeah, it was bad. The problem was it like rushes you through the story without building any connections. It's just really rushed.
It's got 16% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's not a good movie. It is bad.
Oh, it's really bad.
It's a bad movie.
Oh, it's on Foxtel Go though. Might give it
Great.
a watch. No,
I wouldn't. Just pass. There's better things to watch with your life.
Yeah. Also, don't subscribe to Foxtel Go. It's just a waste of money.
Anyway,
let's get into La Movie.
Yes.
I like just up top, the soundtrack in general, brilliant, really good. The whole
way through. It's really good. Yeah, the jazz is throughout this movie, and it starts you off, and I was like, ooh, I'm grooving these chill tunes.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I am hip with the kids. Yes.
Yes. The font also really solid. Nice red, yellowish.
Yeah, it had a very interesting large red font.
Yes.
But it was like an orangey light red. It wasn't
kind of
dark.
like the Russian flag, I guess, is what they were going for.
Yeah. So the Russian colors, yeah.
But yeah, once again, red font. There's been so many movies this year that have just had that red.
Yeah, I guess it's just the font of the time.
I guess so. But it opens with Vladimir. He's on the bus, and a guy comes in, obviously from out of town. Could be a tourist, could be an immigrant, we don't know. But he doesn't know how to get to the area that he wants to get to. And Williams is like, this is how you get there. There you go. I know when I first arrived, it was hard to find my way around. And then we flash back, and none of that sequence matters.
Yeah, no, but it is ironic because he's helping some tourist around, and one day he'll be the tourist that needs help wandering around.
Yes. His accent's pretty good, isn't it?
Oh, yes, he has beautiful Russian accent. I think he is a fine Russian citizen and could never convince me that he was actually an American, or... Is he American?
Robin Williams. Oh, yeah, definitely. Which is where I'm like, should he be playing this sort of character?
I would say, have you seen this movie, Sandro? It's the biggest US propaganda ever.
That's so true.
There's no way a Russian person would play in this movie.
Well, the guy from Spider-Man is Russian, so, you know,
Oh,
but also...
that's true. Like, yeah, like, no, but you know what I mean. That's the joke I'm making, is it's such a US propaganda.
There was a white guy playing an Indian, though.
Yeah, there's a few things that aren't great.
Yeah. Probably one of two moments in particular that were of a different time. The rest, not too bad.
Yeah, I think the other one being the Asian driver, perhaps?
I was going to say what's up with all these gay people in New York scene.
Oh, right, yeah. So 3, anyway.
3, alright, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad. At least we didn't have a rape joke. We didn't have one rape joke.
There wasn't one. That's good. It's progress. Good on you, 84. You're making progress.
I mean, so far, to be fair, more than half the films have had rape jokes in them.
It's ridiculous.
Like a good 80%.
Oh. We flash back to Russia. It's probably, I don't know, a year, 2 years before the opening, something like that. Because, like, the opening takes place right at the end of the film, from memory. So, yeah, about 2 years. He is walking around Russia, and he sees a line outside of the store, and it's actually for shoes, but at first he thinks that it's for toilet paper. Once again, this movie is ahead of its time.
Yeah, I think that comes up in a bit. There's one that is for toilet paper.
And it's an even longer line. It's like it's across like 3 streets.
It's kind of crazy how these movies are actually lining up with today. Like, when society falls down, the first thing to go is toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's proven in this movie and in other ones. It's like, when society crumbles, toilet paper is the most sought after thing.
It's toilet paper, because as we all know, it's delicious.
Absolutely. Delicious, nutritious, and you don't need to worry about wiping when it comes on the way out.
Exactly. And, like, as we know, learning from our ancestors, food wasn't important back then. It was wiping your bum.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, so he lines up for the shoe shop. Anyway, most people are joining lines just to get whatever it is people are lining up for. They don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Which is pretty bad. Not gonna lie. That's a bummer.
Yeah, I like the scene where he goes to the shop and is surprised that people aren't lining up for stuff.
Yeah, later on. Yeah, that's a really cool scene. That's one of my favorite ones in this movie. Because you knew it was going to happen at some point.
Definitely. Well, he buys 2 pairs of shoes because he's going to take one of them to head down to the circus, because he works at the circus. He plays the saxophone in the circus orchestra. And the circus are getting ready to leave to New York with some KGB agents. And he brings one of the pairs of shoes to the KGB agent, I guess the tougher one, the one who talks more, because the other one doesn't really say anything.
There's the guy who's like worked as a a negotiator before joining up with the KGB, or like worked as a social sort of person. The other one kills people.
Yeah, that's right.
Although we don't see any of that because it's a very lighthearted film. But yes.
Yes.
I was waiting for that other one to pull out a gun in that scene where they're running away.
I was as well, because I saw that this film, like, is rated highly for violence. Yet there wasn't really anything. Yeah.
There was, like, no violence in this film. There was one gunshot in this film.
Yeah.
I guess it goes to show how far we've come for violence in films.
Exactly. But yeah, he gives the pair of shoes to the KGB agent just to get on his good side, and it seems to work.
There's a great conversation where he like bargains with them, and then it's like, you know what? I'll just give them to you as a gift. And then his friend is like, oh, how did the taste of his ass go, you know?
Yeah, that was good. Because the clown guy in this same scene, he's playing the saxophone as well, but he's got like an apple on it, and he's just eating the apple off the saxophone. Yeah, because
he's a clown.
It's good.
Yeah,
he's a good clown. Funny. He's a really good actor.
Yeah,
I really like him in this film.
Yeah, he was cool. On the way back from the circus, there's another line. This is the even longer line, and this one turns out to be for toilet paper.
Yeah.
So he waits in the even longer line, and then comes home to what I can only assume is a post-corona family, where they celebrate the glorious reuniting between their bottoms and some toilet paper.
They do, yeah. I think the mum juggles it as well.
Yeah, the mum's a good juggler.
Great. Really good juggler.
Don't know who that actor is, don't know who she is, but she's a great juggler.
She's good. The grandpa, fantastic actor as well.
Oh, dude, I love the grandpa.
He hates the communist government. He hates it all.
Yes.
He's not bloody afraid to say it either.
But do you know what he likes?
He likes freedom.
He likes to sing.
And to sing.
Yeah. As they have a scene of Robbie Williams, like, singing the part of a tune, and the grandpa, like, tapping his feet and clapping his hands along and singing off tune. Mm-hmm. And the whole family's just sort of dancing. But yeah, no, the grandpa's very anti-communism garbage stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's like freedom and stuff, which he probably gets in trouble for.
Probably. I mean, we don't really see it, but probably. Yeah. Almost definitely. He also catches up with Anatoly. Anatoly is telling him, hey, when we get to New York, I'm gonna defect. I'm out of here. And Robin Williams is like, why'd you tell me that? Now I've got to tell the authorities. I'm not gonna, but I should.
I could be part of KGB. You're trying to ruin my career. Come on.
That's right. He's also talking to his Russian girlfriend, who doesn't have a name and is only in this film for like...
Yeah, it's so weird. She's only in this film to get naked on screen.
Yep.
She's not even brought up later on, where he's like, I'll miss my family. He doesn't mention, and my girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah, doesn't mention
She's
her.
never brought up again.
No.
So,
well,
because to be her.
There's a line where she's like, you should join the party. And he's like, nah, I'm not going to join the party. What are you talking about? So maybe they broke up off screen. I don't know.
Next morning, it's like the news on TV, and the grandpa's just talking mad crap about everything they're saying.
It's great.
He's like,
so good.
Oh, I bet next they're gonna say that the crops harvest is really good, and then literally it cuts to them saying the crop harvest is really good. It's great.
They all crack up. It's good. He is so funny, and
yeah. He's a comedian.
Just a massive highlight in the film. The KGB guys, they show up outside his house and are like, hey, Vlad, get in the car with us. We need to tell you that we know that your grandfather's saying some pretty anti-communist stuff.
And we do not appreciate such sentiments here. You understand?
Also, the shoes you bought me are killing me.
Yeah, they're like 2 sizes too small. What the heck, man?
They're trying to get him on their side through fear, which, spoilers, isn't the way to do it. So they go to New York.
No, there's one scene before this. Scene before, very important scene where he's practicing his jazz. Because we don't know yet that he is a musician that's any good. Because we've only seen him in like one scene where he's playing and there was other people. This is by himself. And he's in fact so good that the elephants and the zebras and the one llama And just jazzing out to his mad jazzy tunes.
Yeah, they are. It's good.
That elephant, he was really grooving it. That elephant's a jazz lover.
Yeah.
They were having a good time.
It's a strong vibe. I just love... It's obvious that he's not playing it, but he's still pretty convincing, and it's good.
Yeah. It's a little on the nose, unfortunately.
They arrive in New York, and one of the first things we see is him being like, "What is this shower cap? It's just like a giant condom."
Yeah.
Which is an interesting observation. Anatoly is planning to escape halfway through his act in the circus show that they're performing, but doesn't get the chance to, unfortunately.
Yes, because the KGB guy is, like, standing in the way.
Yeah. Blocks him in.
And, he could have run past him, but he decides not to.
I'm very interested, because they only do one show in New York. One show that we see, and considering the day after they're planning to leave, so I'm pretty sure it's only one show. That's a lot of effort to do one circus show. Like, usually a circus is in town for ages.
I think there's a jump cut, but it's not very obvious. Like, I'm going to choose to believe that they did a couple of shows. Or they're going to, like, the next city. Like, they did a show in New York, and now they're going to travel upstate or something.
That's what I was thinking, but there is a line where he's like, "Today we go back to Mother Russia."
Oh, yeah, he does say, "Today we go back to Moscow." So no. They definitely did more than one show. I'm going to choose to believe that.
Yes. But a couple hours before they are meant to leave, they go to a high-end fashion shop.
It's great.
We see Lionel. This is where we are first introduced to him because he works as a security guard, and he's talking to his friend, and he's saying, one day we opened the doors, and these Italian tourists, they came in and they just took everything. And his friend is like, "They weren't Italians, they were Romanians." And he responds with, "Oh, I thought they said they were from Rome." Ridiculous line, but I laughed.
Bad. Yeah, no, it was stupid. Then, there's this thing where his girlfriend's after jeans. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the girlfriend's important for like the first half of the story, and then is never mentioned again. It's angry because she also talks about wanting to go to America herself.
Yeah.
Why is she never brought back ever?
And he never mentions her in like the letters he sends to his family, so...
No, at all.
That is weird. That is really weird.
It's just weird.
His friend is like, "I'm going to escape in this shop," but he can't do it, and so they go into the changing room and are like, "Oh, I really can't escape, man, I can't do it." And Robin Williams is like, "It's alright. And then some guy walks in on them and is like, "Oh, what's up with all the gay people?" And it completely ruins a nice moment.
That's a yikes from me.
But through a series of rather fortunate events, Vladimir is the last one to check out. Everyone else heads out to the bus. He's just there paying for his jeans. And he realizes that he might just be able to get away with running and defecting right here in this shop.
And then so he goes over to... there's two guys. There's the shop, the retail guy, and the security guard, Lionel. And he's like, "I am defecting." And he's like, "Defecating? I told you where the toilets were. Go down to the toilets."
That is such a good line. That is a very good line.
I was in pain. The scene gave me pain. And then the shopkeeper's guy's like, "Don't you get it? He's defecting."
And the KGB guys are like, "Did we just hear the D word? Lads, get in there."
Because the shopkeeper guy, for no reason apparently, just yells it out. for comedy's sake, obviously. But still.
Yeah. It's one of the only moments in this film where the comedy takes away from the reality of the scene.
I actually, that did annoy me. That it, actively took away from the realism.
Yeah.
Which is a bit unfortunate.
But anyway, the security guard is like, "Hey, you guys can't take him. He's defected. He is in process to be an American right now, and you can't take him." And the KGB guys are like, "No, please, please." He literally gets on his knees and begs him.
Yeah, so at first he threatens him, and he's like, "You're never gonna see your family." But then he switches tune, and he gets on his knees and is like, "Please, I'll give you anything. Just don't do this to me. You know what they'll do to me if someone, is left here and all that?
Exactly. But then the FBI show up and are like, all right, consider yourself in the process to becoming a citizen.
Well, there's a police officer, and he says a line that everyone cheers. And this is one of the things I wrote down is there's like certain moments where it's like USA, USA,
Yeah.
and it's like this is America, and you can do whatever you want in America.
And everyone's just like,
and then the crowd like, yeah.
That was pretty cringeworthy.
It's funny, but it's also super cringy.
Yeah.
It's like, oof.
Oh,
US propaganda much. This is US propaganda. This is Bolshevik.
You spit on it.
I spit on you. I spit on American.
Americano. That's a reference to last week. Check out the episode if you haven't yet. Thank you. Plug.
Thank you, Danny DeVito. Very cool.
That's very good. The security guard Lionel is like, you need somewhere to stay. You can come stay at my place with my fam.
Oh yeah, there was that scene where he waves to his friend goodbye.
Oh yeah, and his friend's
that
like...
That was very heartfelt.
Oh.
It's every time there's a film with Robin Williams in it, except for maybe the Disney film, I have cried. I shed a tear at their parting because I'm like, he's never gonna see his friend again. Mm-hmm. That's very sad.
And we never see him again either. Although there might be a flashback, maybe.
There's like one scene where it flashes to him, which is maybe him escaped somewhere, or maybe it's just him imagining. I don't know.
Well, because it's pretty obvious that the KGB agents knew that he was trying to defect anyway, so chances are his story isn't a happy one after this point.
Yes, but anyway.
But we can hope. Maybe that can be one of our sequels. Who knows?
A lawyer shows up as well and just hands him a card.
Orlando, yes.
Yeah.
Orlando is a funny character because...
Yeah, I liked Orlando.
We see... Because he's from... Where's he from? He immigrated from... someplace. I don't have it in front of me, but we see him immigrating and he literally just floated across the ocean and arrived on a beach and just like walked into America.
And then some tourist guy mistaked him for the waiter and is like, fetch me some drinks or something. Here's the money. Go. Hurry up. Good Lord.
And he's just like, free money, hell yeah. In a way, he tells Vlad that he's got to wait 1 year before officially becoming a citizen.
Yeah, they're talking to this lady and he's like, 1 year? And yeah, she explains that there's loads of people trying to get in. Then someone else barges in, some random, and is like, I'm getting tired of waiting. How long is this going to take? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like... he's like, who is your boss? And she's like, his name is Ronald Reagan. So sit the fuck down.
That was so funny. It just came out of nowhere. Everyone was talking over each other. It's the only scene where like this energy is on screen, and it's very funny.
It's so dumb. USA.
We haven't really mentioned Lucia yet, but during the scene where he was defecting, he hid behind her table because she works at the shopping mall. But anyway, they go out dancing with Lionel and his friend, and she reveals that she's from Italy. She came over from Italy, and she really wants to be a sportscaster.
Yeah. We don't see her make much progress on that.
No, she's pretty good, though.
She's alright. Yeah, I mean, yeah, as we said, she's good. They have a relationship, and they're getting a little frisky with each other. Ooh. It's like next morning, and he's at Lionel's place, hanging out with their cool family. Have we talked about their family?
It's pretty much the same as his family. It's the same dynamic.
It's the typical American family.
You got the grandpa.
Yeah, the grandpa's great, by the way. I love the grandpa.
He's very funny.
Get your feet off the couch. The mother's like, no. Let him lie down. He's had a long day and all that.
The sister is like, ooh, you're from Russia. Tell me all about it. That sort of stuff.
And then there's the guy that's like, I have a college degree. I ain't gonna deliver books.
That was funny. He's good. He's not in the film much, but that scene was very entertaining. And so Robin Williams is like, I'm going to get you shopping. That's a way that I can pay you back for staying here.
And everyone in the audience is like, here we go. US propaganda, once again. Where is line for coffee? Where is the line? And the guy's like, the coffee's in aisle 2. Yes, but where is line? And he's like, there's no line. It's aisle 2.
Yep.
And so he goes to aisle 2, and he's like, he looks at the first coffee and then the second coffee, and he's like, coffee, espresso, cappuccino, latte, there's coffee, 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 coffee. And then he collapses and he just starts screaming coffee.
Yeah, it's good. It's a funny scene.
Which is rather funny.
Montage at this point. It's a massive montage. He's getting jobs. He's got a hot dog stand. He's working at Macca's.
He's sending letters to his family. Not sure if they're getting them.
He buys a saxophone.
He buys saxophone because he's got money, because he's got jobs.
Yep. I guess at this point it's like 1 year after he defected.
There's a gay guy.
He's got oh, yeah, there was that scene. To be fair,
That brought you to a halt.
they handled it
Better than the first scene, at least.
yeah, mainly because they didn't use any slurs. So
Yeah. Anyway, so he bumps into this guy and they have a moment. And so the guy starts following him.
Yep.
And he's like, oh crap, is this an FBI? Is this KGB? And so he confronts him, is like, you FBI? And he's like, no. And he's like, you KGB? And the guy's like, oh, no. I'm GAY. And he's like, I thought you had a moment.
It's a different time.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It also didn't make much sense.
Yeah, it's in there for no reason. I don't know why.
It's literally in there for no reason. Yeah.
It's just in there because they were like, wouldn't it be funny if this happens?
A gay guy followed him,
Ooh.
and he thought it was a spy. Ha ha ha.
Anyway, he gets a flat. So I guess it's a little while after it jumps into the future.
Yeah,
He's got a flat, he's got money, he properly gets into a relationship with Lucia, and that's all good. He's also a limo driver, which is a very cool look for Robin Williams.
Yeah, he looks sick.
He's got those shades and that hat.
And the beard.
Ooh.
It's a good look for him. And I love the Texas guy.
Oh yeah, I was definitely going to bring this up.
Just the most typical Texas guy ever.
He says this one thing, which we haven't had a phrase in a while in a film that I have thought about bringing back. The last one might have been Footloose.
Yes.
But right now, we've got a phrase that I'm going to bring back. And that's when the Texas guy is talking about going to the bathroom, and he's like, yeah, I had to shake the dew off my willy. It's good. It's a good term.
Oh, that's the line? That's what you want to bring back?
It's a good one.
It's funny. It's very funny.
It's unique. No one else is saying it.
Yeah, not a single person. I wonder why that is, Sandra.
Not much happens in the film from this point.
Yeah, no. So then the movie review scene.
Yep, there's the movie
where
review
they talk
scene.
about the director's own movie, which is funny.
Oh, he gets into an argument with Lucia and then they break up.
Because their relationship's a little bit rocky, because she doesn't want to get into the relationship. Like, she doesn't want to... She's not ready for a big commitment.
No.
But he wants the commitment.
Yeah.
And so it's that classic sort of, argument.
It is pretty classic. It's a classic one. It's one you want to...
Classic.
It's so classic.
Beforehand, she gets her citizenship.
Oh, yes, she does get... Oh, yeah, that was another one of those America scenes as well.
There's such a dumb scene where he meets her dad.
Oh, yeah.
And he introduces his wife and his mother.
He doesn't introduce them, though. He's like, yeah, I'm here with my wife and my mother.
Yep, and so Robin Williams goes over to the old lady and is like, it is nice to meet your mother. Yes, very nice to meet you. And he's like, no, that's my wife.
This younger lady here is my mother.
Yeah, it's very clearly a younger lady. And it's like, what is...
What a weird scene.
What is this scene? It's never brought back. then they're on this boat and they have a fight because now that she's a citizen, she wants to have a boyfriend that is also a citizen, you know? She wants an American boyfriend, but she also really likes the Russian guy, and so she's a bit torn at the moment. And he's like, oh, really? You want some American citizen? Well, that's fine. I'll leave you. You can go get an American citizen. I didn't even love you in the first place. And she's like, no, you did. You were just talking about it. Yeah, they have a big fight.
But it is believable. Again, good performances.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Much better than a lot of the other romantic dramas that we've covered recently.
Yeah, absolutely. I liked their relationship.
Yeah, it was good.
It may have been very cliche, which it was, but I liked it.
Anyway, they break up and he goes to a jazz club, gets drunk, manages to play with one of his idols because his idol is in town, and Lionel told him that he would like to play with him, so he gets up and does a song with him.
But he doesn't do quite as well as he would like.
Yeah.
And the idol's like, you were good, man, but you should practice a little bit and you'll be good.
Yeah.
And of course that upsets him, and he's like, I'm never going to play the saxophone ever again, and he chucks it in a bit, and Lionel's like, hey, hang on, come on, and he grabs the saxophone back, and they have a great scene where they're talking. They just hop on this couch that someone's let out the hard rubbish, and there's this couch, so they sit down and they start talking, and Robin Williams is like, do you know the one thing I liked most in Russia? It was the sadness, because it could be mine. It was my sadness. It was no one else's. So I cherished my sadness, and they had this good long chat. We learned Lionel, he has a son.
Yep.
He accidentally had a kid with someone.
Yeah, no, it's a really nice scene. Near the end of this, we get some good reflection from Vladimir, which I really like. There's another one coming up, which is excellent as well, which we'll get in a second. So then, after this, Lionel realizes that he should probably go spend some time with his kids. So he does that. He quits his job. He heads over there. Robin Williams is alone, so he does what any man would do when they're alone, and he does some shirtless saxophone playing.
Woo! Yeah, he does a lot of, because he's feeling sad, and he's got that in his soul, so he can play the saxophone better. So he does a lot of shirtless. Yeah, the next 20 minutes or whatever of him only shirtless,
pretty much,
which is very funny.
Did you like the scene where he's playing outside and one of his neighbors is like, shut up?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was just about to say I liked the scene where he was playing on the balcony, because the actual sound of that was very cool.
Yeah.
Because it's permeating throughout. But yeah, one of the neighbors is like, shut the hell up with the saxophone, God!
And he just goes off on him as well. He's like, oh,
yeah,
you don't like...
You do not like jazz?
What is going on?
What are you?
He also, at this point, he gets a visitor. The visitor is one of his sister's friends. And he brings with him a letter for Vlad. And it's just an update on the family. The grandfather has passed away, which is quite sad.
Which is, of course, more sadness. So more sexy shirtless saxophone time. Even more
of that.
More moody saxophone, yeah.
He goes out, gets drunk, comes home, couple kids try to rob him.
They do rob him.
They do rob him, but then he literally kicks them out after they rob him.
Yeah, no, he slams, body lifts a guy and slams him, which is pretty cool. He's a strong Russian man.
And then he catches up with Orlando, I think it is, and they...
he's helping him and saying, so what did they take, Oh, those are your ID, whatever. That's easily replaced. Don't worry about it. Are you sure you're right? We don't need to take you to a hospital. They're having a good time together.
Yeah. And they head off to a cafe.
Like a diner. A classic US diner.
USA. And...
Oh, don't worry. That's coming up, Sancho.
Oh, it's coming up very soon.
They have to end on the note of, US propaganda jerking itself off,
It's great. But before we get that, we get a really good scene where Vladimir is talking about how he is annoyed that when he was in Russia, you had to fight for your freedom, and your freedom felt special. Whereas in America, it's not special. Everyone is just abusing it, None of them care anymore.
Yeah. Once everyone has it, it's not as special anymore, and Like, that's the thing, because with freedom means anybody can do anything, which means they
Exactly.
can rob you, you know? They could choose to do that.
Which is a really good scene, and then he almost gets in a fight with some dude.
I love the start of the scene. It ends on a bad note, though. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it really does.
It's literally, it starts off, like, with really cool and then just dives hill. Although I did like that he found this other Russian guy. And so he starts yelling at this Russian guy. They're, like, sort of squaring off. But after a bit of yelling and stuff, there's some firecrackers.
Yeah.
Because he's talking smack about the USA, and the other Russian guy's like, I love the USA. USA is great. Some firecrackers go off, and that breaks up their argument, and he's like, What the hell were those? And the guy's like, they are firecrackers for Independence Day.
And then everyone in the diner is just like, yeah, let's all go through the Constitution.
Yep. They start listing off the Constitution, and then everybody joins in. And people outside are walking past with sparklers. And then they're all cheering and happy, and this manages to break up their animosity. The two Russian guys, you know, now they are friends. And in USA, everyone is happy.
Yep.
USA.
Yep.
It's a very cringy.
It's pretty. Yeah. Look.
It's not cringy. It's very on the nose.
It's on the nose. But there was absolutely no way that this film wouldn't end like this. So.
Oh, absolutely not.
Know.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite end on that note because he goes home and Lucia is there and she's like, I've thought about it. Let's get back together. He's like, oh yeah, awesome. And then he writes a letter back to his family. He reveals that he got a job as a saxophone player, so he's now a paid musician. Lionel is back from visiting his son, and he is a limo driver. And most of all, he's happy.
But before it ends, he bumps into his old boss. Hey, the KGB guy.
Yeah.
And he's selling hot dogs in America. And he's like, hey, thank you, friend, for helping me, because they wouldn't accept me back, so I had to defect myself. Yay, here's a free hot dog on the house.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I'm just gonna say it. That was stupid. Once again, it's a joke that negatively impacts the story, in my opinion.
I think it went on for too long. That's the only criticism. I think it was good, like, that they had the boss come back. It makes sense for this movie, because it's all about USA propaganda, and it's another propaganda bit where it's like, even the KGB guy, he defected as well.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It felt like they were, like, setting this up to be more of a drama than a comedy, and then it ended on a joke.
Yeah, no. It's a very bad ending bit. I think it's a fine bit, but it's a dumb ending bit.
Anyway, back to the movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest movie we've watched, but it was still good.
Yeah.
And it had some really good bits in it.
But yeah, I'm going to give it a goodie. It's a light goodie, kind of like last week's movie.
I'd give it a goodie anyway. Look, anything that Robbie Williams in, I'll give a goodie.
Sure.
If you just pick a film with a Robbie Williams film, I'll rate it a goodie without even watching it. I don't care how bad it has on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right, 2 goodies for Moscow on the Hudson from us. Check it out if you want some Robin Williams in your life. Because, yeah, like, I would recommend this just based off the fact that he's in it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's just... It's good.
It's good. Obviously, there were no sequels to this movie, because if there were, that would defeat the point. But what would our sequels be? Let's defeat that point. Let's not only defeat that point, let's kick it into the ground and bury it 6 feet deep.
Okay. Wow. You're really into this. Okay, cool. There's a lot we can go with here.
Definitely.
1, I want to follow the story of the other guy, the clown guy, because he was good.
Anatoly.
Yeah, so my sequel, this is what's going to be my sequel, is it follows him after that bus ride. It's like, okay, his friend Robin Williams has just defected, and now he's on his bus ride back to Moscow. He actually gets the job with the KGB.
Yep.
And he, like, joins with them, and he helps them. But he uses this to also help Robin Williams' family and other people. He actually helps people defect. There's, like, a couple of people. that he, like, secretly helps defect and other things.
That's cool. I like that a lot, yeah.
And then when he gets his chance, he manages to defect, and then he's in America now as this ex-KGB, and he's, like, having to do almost similar things where he has to get a citizenship and work, and then bumps into Robin Williams, and they reunite, and it's like, yay, they're back together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Robin Williams after. This is way after this, where he's gotten married, he's got a kid now, the kid's named after him.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, and that's sort of the end of the film.
My idea is definitely more sillier than yours, but I feel like there aren't any other options. The American government contact Robin Williams.
Oh, no.
And are like, you did such a good job of defecting your own country. We need you to help defect other people from other countries.
Whoa. Another spy theme?
Yep.
Nice.
So they send him overseas to a war-torn country, perhaps, and he's got to help people escape. It's Robin Williams, the defector.
All right. Nice.
And is it good? No, but it's Robin Williams as the defector, and that in itself deserves a watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's more Robin Williams, which would improve. I think I need to somehow add more Robin Williams to my film, but yes.
I don't know. I think it's more of a funny film than this one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely is a funny film.
There would have to be some changes for his character, because his character in this probably wouldn't do this, but, you know, we'd have to change it up a little bit. I was thinking maybe he has a kid who's like 5 years old, and he's gonna get back in time for dinner. Anyway, it's complete trash, and that's the defect.
Wow.
Are we moving on to something else, or is this segment not happening this week?
The segment is not happening. Because Rotten Tomatoes website is down. So I could not get any reviews for that. I got one. So
okay.
Welcome to Raven Reviews. Because there was only like one on the front page, which I picked up just because it was a nice starting one.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the website didn't work, so I was like, oh
well.
So Yuna says, nice to see 1980s USA. You
can watch any other American film from the 80s.
Yep.
That would be the same.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
I've got to guess what this person rated it. I would say 3.
It's clearly a 5 out of 5. Wow.
Serious?
Yes. It's 5 out of 5. It's really nice to see, you know?
Nice.
Moving on to the next one. Oh, wait, I don't have any.
I've got some reviews off Letterboxd that you can play for.
Whoa. All right.
I've got some reviews in between 0.5 and 5.
Okay, all right. Flip the script.
Yeah.
All right, Sandro, then you have to do the intro. What segment is this?
Welcome to Raving Reviews.
Sounds like a remix.
Exactly. You know me. Nice. I love to remix stuff whenever I...
Yeah, you're a remixer. I'm a revel, you're a remixer.
That's how it goes. This review is from Wayu. It says, oh, this director is really something. A-OK emoji.
Really something. Ooh. Now that leads me towards a 5 out of 5. It's like really something. But it doesn't quite hit that 5 out of... I'm going to go 5 out of 5 just because I think they're garbage.
It's a 3.5 star review.
Ooh, yeah. My next guess was going to be a 4. So I wasn't going to get that one. But I could have been closer.
Let's move on to Cameron, who says, I love Robin Williams, but not even he could save this drawn-out, offensive film. The 80s are so hit or miss.
Or 1.
I just want to bring attention, though, to the line, the 80s are so hit or miss. Every decade is hit or miss. What are you talking about? That's the nature of movies.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing.
It's actually 2.5.
2.5? What?
Yeah.
It's so hit or miss. That's why I've put it directly in the middle of my review.
That's about it. That's about it, really. Like, that's all the reviews. There's not many reviews.
Nice reversal, though. I like it. I was just looking at Robin Williams so I could rate all of his films Goodie. His 100% one is Dreams with Sharp Teeth, although he has 2 100% movies, which is Dear American Letter from Home. The next one after that is 97 with Good Will Hunting, which phenomenal. I am ashamed that is not 100%. Anyway, his lowest rated one is Old Dogs.
That sounds familiar.
Remember Danny DeVito's lowest rated?
Yeah, he voices the dogs. Yeah.
And had John Travolta in it?
Yeah.
This one is about dogs and has John Travolta in it. I'm sensing a pattern here.
Two best friends and business partners on the brink of finalizing a huge deal are forced to take care of 7-year-old twins and get into a series of misadventures. What an original concept.
Yeah, it's by Walt Disney as well, which is just good. Fantastic. Yeah, I think John Travolta, he's a bit hit or miss, I feel.
Anyway, that's the show.
You can look at us up on the Spotify, the iTunes, the not SoundCloud, the Facebook. We're on Facebook. We got Instagrams. Well, Sandra does. I never use it anymore. We got Twitters. I use that for free promotion, so it's mostly spam on my end. Sandra uses it for fun and interesting things, like that time I made a Shrek edit for one of his stupid photos. Wait, no, that was Instagram.
That was Instagram.
Anyway, we're also on YouTube occasionally.
One of my friends messaged me the other day and said that he is, quote-unquote, forcing his wife to watch every Police Academy film after our episodes. So.
I think we've succeeded, Sandro.
I think
if one person forces their spouse to watch all of the Police Academy movies, then we've succeeded as a podcast, I feel.
He asked me, hey, you should do these sequels because I think it would be really funny for you to talk about. Yeah. What if, for our 3 Ninjas 4 episode, we also do the Police Academy film that came out in 94?
That list of movies we're doing for that one special is getting longer and longer, Sandro.
Oh, that's for episode 69. That's something else.
Ah, right, yes.
Oh, no, okay. I did say Son of the Mask could be fun, actually.
Yes, that's what you said. Yeah, there was that one as well.
I think Police Academy trumps Son of the Mask. We'll add it to the list. We got a long list.
All Police Academy movies.
Eventually, I don't know, we could do some bonus stuff for Patreon if we want to.
I think we might need to do a gap here where we just start doing some of these movies we've listed.
I wouldn't mind that.
And finally, we've got to choose a movie for next week, Sandra.
Ooh.
We've got some interesting choices, actually.
Okay.
First off, we have Far Lap.
Oh.
Which, of course, is the famous Australian movie about the famous racehorse.
Yep.
And funny fact about that, I once did a study on Far Lap, and he was a big-ass horse.
It's a pretty cool horse story, actually. Like, it really is.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I have a picture on my phone somewhere of his, pickled heart.
Ugh.
Or his mummified heart or whatever it is that's in a museum somewhere.
Oh, because it's massive, right?
Yeah, because it's huge. It's really big, and it's like, wow, that's a big ass heart.
I've read a book about Far Lap, but I've never seen the film, which is a popular film here in Australia. So.
Yeah. Then we had Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
Oh.
It's the 4th film in that godforsaken franchise. Once again, Jason kills teens at Crystal Lake.
Okay.
It's just the same thing.
I love that it's the final chapter, but it obviously isn't.
Isn't there more movies after that?
There's 9, maybe 10?
Yeah, 9. So that's the final chapter. 5 movies later.
If it's the 4th film in the franchise, so here's the thing with Friday the 13th. I don't know if you agree. The first one, it's not very good, but it's fun. And then it's bad until the 6th one, which is a comedy. And then there's the one where he's in hell, the one where he goes to space. And those ones are really good.
Yes. The space one is one of my personal favorite movies of all time.
It's pretty amazing.
It's so funny.
There's one, I think it's called Jason Lives. I can't remember what number it is, but it literally opens with a parody of the GoldenEye intro. Except it's Jason.
It's great. Yeah, once they stopped taking it so serious, it became great.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this is one of the serious ones. So
yeah. No, it's bad. We have Iceman, which is not in the X-Men movie that we've all been waiting for. It's in fact a sci-fi film where a man finds a block of ice with a man in it.
Yeah, I love that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. It's just a sci-fi film where it's like, oh, hey, frozen man.
That sounds like a movie that's either okay or excellent. So.
Yes. We had Kid Co., which is a young boy starts up a manure selling business with his sisters. It's so successful that they get sued for not paying taxes.
I love me a kid film about paying taxes.
Wow, what a concept. Of selling manure. Oh, God. Whoa, that does have a great concept, though.
That is pretty funny.
And then we have swing shift. A woman gets romantically involved with a musician. Oh.
Yeah.
While her husband is serving in World War II.
Ah.
Great.
That's a lot of just straight up no's from me.
Yeah, that's like... It sounds like they're going to have a main character that we're supposed to, like, but I'm going to hate.
Yep. That also just sounds like Unfaithfully Yours, but not funny.
Yes.
Alright, so that's a big old no for that one. Swing shift, was it called?
So far the ones you haven't said no to is Far Lap, a good one. Iceman, the sci-fi, one where the guy finds a frozen guy in space, and Kid Co.
It's a no to Kid Co, even though I might save it, because it sounds like something we
Yeah,
would...
save Kid Co. I think that's another one we have to say.
Alright, I'll save Kid Co.
Far Lap's obviously a good movie.
That's
so
true.
We can't watch that one.
Well, here's the thing, though. I wouldn't mind, because it's an Australian movie, and I feel like we should do an Australian movie. But also, I really like the idea of Iceman, because it's either incredible or awful. And taking gambles is always very fun.
Yes.
So...
It's tricky. It's either we do Far Lap, one that people have actually watched, or we do Iceman. If we don't do Far Lap, though, I think we also have to add it to the list.
I think we should add Far Lap to the list. Let's do Iceman.
Let's do Iceman. I love sci-fi,
Yeah.
as I've stated before. I'm a big sci-fi fan. That's why the Friday the 13th one, the one in space, is my favorite. So yeah, I'm down for a bit more sci-fi.
Let's wrap it up with the best quote from Moscow on the Hudson.
Yeah, what's your favorite quote?
Mine would be the "I'm defecating" quote. He goes up to the guy and he's like, I'm defecting. And Lionel's like, oh, you're defecating? What are you doing? The bathroom's over there. Don't be doing that over here in the shop. It's rude, you Russian.
It's good. My one is, who is your boss? My boss is named Ronald Reagan. That's his name, so sit the fuck down.
USA.
USA. Yeah, that's actually my favorite quote. USA. 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 USA.
Woo!
USA. USA.
Marxism.
USA.
Communism.
Excuse me, what?
What? Nothing. That's the end of the episode. Goodbye.